Hi everybody, hope all is well. My name is Van May and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to show you how I bake in my RV simply by using my Jackery 1000 and my Dash rice cooker. I will also be showing you all how I use a Jackery 1000 watt solar generator and a 100 watt portable solar panel. The Dash rice cooker actually came with a recipe book and it has a ton of recipes, and one of them is a chocolate cake, which I love, and the ingredients are so simple, so it's gonna be a fun video. I'm really excited. I hope this turns out well. I've also made a banana bread in here, which many of you have seen. For now, we're gonna try the chocolate cake out, and I'm just so excited because I love chocolate, and the fact that I know that I can bake with using a rice cooker just changes the game so much. So let's get started, you all. Here are my ingredients. Feel free to substitute anything you'd like. First, place a half cup of cane sugar into a large bowl. Next, we're going to take 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, melt the butter over low heat in a pan and pour it into the sugar. Now we're going to whisk that for 1 to 2 minutes and make sure that the butter and the sugar is fully combined. Next, we're going to take 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, put it in the mix, and whisk it together. Next, our dry ingredients. We're going to combine 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, or any flour that you choose, and blend it together until it's all one consistency. I also added pumpkin spice to the mix. You can add any spices that you want, but I love the taste of pumpkin spice and it really brings in a good flavor. Next, we're going to mix and combine the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. We're also going to use a half a cup of non-dairy milk. I choose oat milk, but you can choose any milk that you want. I prefer oat because it's a bit on the sweeter side. And we're going to slowly mix in all the ingredients together. Make sure to whisk away so it's one velvety consistency. Right now I'm whisking the chocolate cake and it smells so good. This is probably the hardest part, is just the whisking, because I don't have a whisk, which now that I'm baking a lot more, I definitely want to invest in a manual whisk just to make this part easier. I'm gonna add some chocolate chunks once I get all the, this is nice and smooth, I'm gonna add that to this just to add some texture, and it tastes really good. The fun part about cooking and baking is adding your own flavor to it. So I added semi-sweet chocolate chunks to the mix. It doesn't call for it, but I wanted to do it anyway because I really like chocolate. Then once it's all properly whisked, it should be the right amount to fit into the tiny rice cooker. So just pour it all in. Next, we plug in the rice cooker to the Jackery and push down the cook button on the rice cooker. So the instruction says it'll take about 1 cycle for it to fully bake, so I'll check on it and make sure that it's fully cooked before I take it out completely. It smells really good in here. I have 2 flies that have been buzzing around me the whole time I've been doing this, and they seem to like it as much as I do, so yeah, I'm gonna try to, while this is going, clean up a bit and get these flies out while you watch the Jackery part of this video. So I thought it would be a great idea to show you guys everything on this, how it works, but say it in a way that anyone can understand, because when you're dealing with solar, it can be overwhelming with all the technical terms and all that. So if you know your stuff, please forgive me. I am just going to do it in a way that most people can understand, because when I first got into it, I didn't really understand it, and I found a way to understand how to buy appliances specifically for the amount of wattage that I have on this generator. So let's get started. This is my Jackery 1000, and as you can see, it's not really that big. So let's start off with the display. When you turn this on, it shows you your battery power, your input, and your output. let's go over what your input and your output is. So your input is when you are charging your Jackery, how much wattage is charging your Jackery. Your output is when you use any of your plugs to charge something that you own, how much energy it's taking from your battery. So we'll start off down here with the things you can charge with your solar generator. First, the AC. AC outlets are the outlets that you see in a house, or like these plugs. And your DC plugs in a lot of things. So you have two USB chargers, which USB is pretty universal. Use that for a lot of different things. And then you have two USB-C, which is becoming very popular in a lot of appliances. And you can find a lot of appliances that take USB-C. And then here you have like a cigarette charger, like your cigarette outlet in your car is there too. So if I am using this, for example, let's say that I'm charging my cell phone. I have this cell phone here. So all I do is I turn this on first. I simply put it in, and then I plug in my device, and now it's charging. So now I can show you how to know what you can use this for. So I have 1,000 watts. I don't really worry about the 110 voltage. I just look at the wattage because it's easier to understand that way. So this is only taking about 5 to 7 watts. It keeps going in and out, but we'll just say 5. This is 1,000 watts. So 6 watts is nothing compared to the amount that this can charge. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I hope it does, because that's the way that I understand it. So whenever I'm shopping for anything online, the wattage is less than 1,000 watts, I can technically use this to charge it. Now with things like with a space heater, that takes consistent juice. Even my toaster oven that takes consistent juice, it will drain your battery faster. So that is something to keep in mind. I do not use this for a space heater. So how do you charge your Jackery? So this is where this section, the input, comes in, and there's 3 ways to charge it. One way is through solar panels. Charging with a solar panel is pretty easy to use. All you have to do is position it towards the sun, and the Jackery comes with kickstand, so it makes it easy to position it in an angle. The Jackery comes with a convenient pouch. This is where I store my connector cable, and all I do is just pull it out. On the opposite side of the cables is a pocket where the cables connect. You connect red to red, black to black. It should be easy to plug in. And then all you do is take the other end and plug it into your Jackery input. Then from here, you should see how much juice you're getting from the solar panel, and you can reposition your solar panel to get the best amount of power. The other 2 ways that come with the Jackery kit itself is through charging it through an AC outlet, which you would find at a residential house or a building. You can just plug it in there, or you can charge it through your cigarette lighter in your car. So the diversity of how to charge it makes this just so easy and plug and play to use, and all the things you need to charge it comes with the Jackery. So our cake is done baking. I had to flip it over during the baking process, so it's a little lopsided, but it still smells delicious. And I made a little icing for it and added some fresh cut strawberries, because I love strawberries, and strawberries and chocolate go very, very well together. I also added some fresh lavender petals, because lavender is just such a great flavor to add on a whole assortment of foods, especially chocolate cake. And then I added some more chocolate chunks because I just love me some chocolate. It smells so good. I can't wait to try this. It smells delicious, and now let's cut into it. excited. I'm gonna try it out. Oh, it's thick. So I definitely like this recipe. I like the fact that I can make an actual chocolate brownie cake. I definitely would consider it more of a brownie than a fluffy cake, but there's nothing wrong with that. The flavors are on point. The only critique I would give is the baking. So I ran into the same issue with my banana bread where it would cook the bottom half perfectly, but then the top half still was batter, so I had to flip the cake over, which can be messy, so just keep that in mind when using this particular rice cooker. So I just flipped it, and I flipped it on the edge, and now I'm gonna flip it back into here. So I did get it to flip over. That was not pretty, all things considered, but you know, it's a part of it. It smells delicious, and from the chunks that I am receiving, oh, it was pretty good. So you do have to flip it. That's just the nature of it, and that's okay. Now I'm used to it, especially with this chocolate cake one. It was definitely a bit more messier than the banana bread, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It cooked evenly once I flipped it over. It's definitely a different consistency than you would expect from baking it in an oven, but it's totally fine. Like, I don't find this to be any less delicious than what you get in an oven. I could totally see me making this at an event or for a birthday, or, you know, just like if I want to treat myself, I can make myself a little chocolate cake. And the great part is with the chocolate cake is I can put it in the rice cooker and save it for later, which I'm about to do. Just lift it up. See how it's like a brownie? It's pretty thick. Thank you all so much for watching my first baking video of my chocolate brownie cake. Right now I have it in the rice cooker pot and I can save it for later. I haven't had dinner yet, so I want to save the rest for dessert. And it was so good. Like, it just warms my heart having chocolate. If you do like this Dash product, I do have the product in the description below. It is an Amazon affiliate link. It does help support me and my channel. It's no extra cost to you if you use the link, but it just helps me, and I thank you for your support. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I want to make more baking videos and cooking videos because I cook in this too. I make stews and soups and all different types of things, so I'd love to show you more of like what I cook on the road if you are interested. And yeah, I'm going to now get ready for bed because I am very tired. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and if you do bake a cake in your rice cooker or Instapot or whatever you have, please let me know because I would love to hear about it, and let's swap recipes. And yeah, so take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye everyone.